What's up, guys? This is March the 29th, I believe. And so it's a little bit cool. That's probably 65. I'm gonna go down and open the hive and just take a look at it. Probably not gonna pull any frames. The bees seem to be doing well. They made it through the winter. I've seen a lot of activity. I haven't opened it yet, and the boxes are the two top supers are starting to slide, and so there's a gap. And I just don't want it to keep raining inside the hive. And we got a little bit of cool weather coming, and I'm curious to see their condition anyway. So I thought I'd go ahead and do it today when I got home from work. So stick with it, guys. I'm gonna throw my veil on before we get too close. There is a good possibility that they've requeened themselves. They were real gentle last year, and it's a good possibility that they could eat me alive this year. And so you don't ever you can go into bees with shorts and cut off sleeve t-shirt if you want to. I'm not going to, because they're very temperamental depending on what the weather is, and it's just, I'd rather have my suit on and not get stung as try to be a hardtail and get stung on the lip and have a fat lip for a couple days. So as you can see, the boxes, they heat up. They got propolis in here and the glue and all, and they've kind of started to slide. I've got it on a little bit of an angle to keep water, so the water will run out the front, and so they slide. And I've got a piece of screen that I've taped up here. You can see they're bringing in a lot of pollen, and there's a lot of wisteria, a lot of all your fruit trees. Right now there's just a ton of stuff that's blooming, and so once it warms up, they'll probably be wide open. Let's check the inside out. So this is kind of a pleasant surprise. It looks like this top box is pretty well, they're already starting to work on it. The pollen and stuff that they've got going. I said I wasn't going to pull any frames, but I'm curious now. I'm curious to what they got going on. So this frame here is a honey frame. You can see they've got, this is just letting them do their thing. They've kind of gone a little crazy with it, which is okay. A lot of this will get cut out, and we'll smash it up. We harvest honey a little bit different, so. So this frame has some brood on it. This portion in the center here is your brood, your baby bees. This might be a plastic, yeah, this is a plastic frame. So this is a plastic frame foundation. You can see they're starting to draw it out. So you see there the frame that I just pulled out, everything to the right, they haven't started to draw on, so they just got these first two frames in this top box that they're working on. And so that tells me that they've just moved into this top box. But they look super healthy. And you can smell a lot of the I can smell a lot of pollen from the fall. I can smell a lot of what they call goldenrod. It smells kind of like a dirty sock. So this outer frame doesn't have anything on it, and that's usually a honey frame. This frame doesn't have a whole lot on it. It's a foundationless frame. So they have to kind of draw their own honeycomb on it. There's a lot of drones in this. There's a lot of drones in here. So I kind of want to go through. I kind of want to go through just to check and see. To check and see if there's any queen cells. Because if you do find queen cells, we might could do a split, because there is a ton of bees in this hive. And this frame here is glued down pretty good. I can't see because the sun's in my eyes, so I can't see what it's glued to. I think they've got it all watered up over here. They've kind of got it all a little bit into a mess. So this portion they kind of just had it crammed in there, and we'll just set it to the side and let them get any honey off of it that they can salvage. So this right here, let me see if I can point this out without making a big mess. This here is what they call a queen cell. The bottom of it is still open. Let's look inside. So there is a larva in there. So we could potentially do make a split or something using that cell. I've personally never had a whole lot of luck with making splits. This one has a queen cell there on the bottom, which I think I damaged just now. There's a queen cell there. This hive kind of needed to be gone through because they kind of went a little bit crazy with the honey and the comb, so you just kind of tear it out and they'll fix it back. There is a queen in here because I see some fresh eggs. So I'm not concerned about it being queenless. They probably are getting ready to swarm. That's kind of a typical thing in the spring, you know, that happens in the springtime. I haven't seen the queen, but there are a ton of bees in this hive. Man, you don't realize how much you use your abs until you bend over this beehive for 20 minutes, or not even that long. So one thing I can tell you, I don't know where she's at, but the queen is not in this box. Almost 100% the queen is in this box. This box, they're making zero noise, and this box is agitated and irritated. So that almost always tells you where the queen's at. Just within a little bit of time that box has been sitting there, they're having no issues. This hive is very irritated. All right, so I'm gonna open this bottom box and we'll just check it out. So they're getting my dog is going crazy over here. And right now what I'm looking for is just maybe if I can get eyes on the queen, but I'm looking for more queen cells. If I can find some more queen cells, then I might convince myself to do a split tomorrow, because this hive is getting full. I was gonna go ride my bike today, but I guess I'll sacrifice for the greater good. So there's a lot of eggs in this hive. This particular one, this frame. A lot of larvae. There's a queen cell, but it's not, there's nothing in it. This frame here is almost solid brood. So you can see how agitated these are getting, because they don't have their queen. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do a split. Just kind of a walk-away split. So I'm going to take a couple of these frames here that's got some brood on it. So I got some brood here. I'm gonna put that in this box over beside us. I need a frame with some eggs. Which this frame has a bunch of eggs on it. And I'm going to shake as many of these bees as I can in this other hive. The workers will fly back probably to this other hive because I'm not going to move it very far. But it'll be alright. And so we're kind of just winging it. This has a lot of honey on it. So I'm also going to put this in there. Put these empty frames back in. Like I said, we really don't know where the queen's at. But we know, I know I've got a bunch of nurse bees in here. Just because these two frames are littered with bees. And I'm just kind of winging all this, really. I'm not 100% sure on any of it. And so we're going to go back through here and see if we can find those queen cells.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
All right, so this is it was kind of a unexpected thing, but so this hive, it's slam full of bees now. They got 2 queen cells, they got a bunch of eggs, they got some brood, they got every opportunity they need to make another queen if the queen's not in there. This hive is 3 boxes full with a few empty frames. These bees have eggs in the top super, and I mean this frame here is solid full of fresh laid eggs. If it happens that I took the queen in this box, this hive has everything they need to make another queen, and they're already in the queen making process. This isn't and springtime is a perfect time to do a split because they're already in the mode, and they're going to do that anyway. So they can within before the sun goes down, they'll know they're queenless, or they'll know they're queenless, and they'll get to work. This hive I'm just going to set over here probably 20 feet. Any flying bees that I've got, any foragers, they'll leave this hive and come back to this hive. The nurse bees will stay here. So I hope I've got enough bees in here to cover the eggs and things. So we shall see. It's just kind of a cross of the fingers. Update you shortly. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm signing off. The perfectionist in me wants to keep on dumping bees. It wants to keep going through the hive, looking for something that I can improve or do what have you. But you can't. I can move that hive over there 5-10 miles down the road, so maybe the foragers wouldn't leave. I don't know. There's those queen cells are about to be capped. They've got pretty large size larvae in them, and so I might end up coming out here and putting a feeder on them or something. They've got a good bit of honey. Just kind of a thing you got to live and learn. It's either that, so you could kind of look at it one or two ways. You could look at it to say, hang on, let me take my veil off. I guess you could look at this a couple different ways. You know, those bees are probably going to swarm this summer. I've got a couple swarm boxes up here on the property. The chances of me catching those in those swarm boxes, I don't know, maybe fairly, probably pretty slim. So those bees that possibly might die, that I just made a swarm for, and they might not survive, those are very likely that those would have left anyway in a swarm. Possibility of me losing both hives is very slim. The original hive is going to survive either way. So I really want to, I guess you want to try, or you don't have to, I want to try to make a split just to produce another hive and maybe slow down the likelihood of them swarming. Sometimes they swarm for different reasons. Being in the spring, it's not an unusual activity, and so we shall see. I've had success with sometimes, and sometimes you don't have success for whatever reason. If you try to play God, most always you fail. But it's part of being a beekeeper. You live and learn.